If you've ever been on an airplane and had to wait on the runway before takeoff, you might have felt a bit annoyed, wondering why it takes so long. Even when the runway seems clear, the plane doesn't move right away. Unlike aircraft carriers that can launch planes every 20 to 30 seconds, airports take a bit more time for your safety. The 2 to 3 minutes of waiting before takeoff is all about making sure everything is safe for your flight. So let's dive into why this short wait is crucial for your well-being. Welcome to superstructures. When an airplane moves through the air, it creates a disturbance behind it called wake turbulence, which consists of two main parts, jet wash and wingtip vortices. Jet wash is the high-speed gas expelled by the jet engines, and it can be powerful enough to flip cars. Luckily, its effect is relatively short-lived, usually up to 400 feet, except during takeoff thrusts when it can extend to 1,900 feet behind the aircraft. On the other hand, wingtip vortices are the more dangerous component of wake turbulence. They form as the wings generate lift and can linger in the air for up to 3 minutes, stretching up to 10 miles. These vortices, created by the rotation of the aircraft's wings, can sink about 290 to 490 feet per minute. While not true turbulence, they pose a significant risk. If a smaller aircraft enters the wake of a larger one, it may lose roll control due to the rotating vortex, potentially leading to a flipover and a crash. The strength of wingtip vortices depends on factors like the aircraft's speed, wing shape, weight, and altitude. The most potent vortices usually form below 2,000 feet. This makes wake turbulence a significant hazard during takeoff and landing. Over the years, several accidents occurred due to wake turbulence, resulting in loss of aircraft and lives. However, a pivotal incident occurred on May 30th, 1972, involving a DC-9 performing touch-and-go landings behind a larger DC-10. Encountering wake turbulence, the DC-9 rolled 90 degrees and crashed. In the aftermath, the National Transportation Safety Board conducted wake vortex tests using Lockheed L-1011 and DC-10 aircraft. Colored smoke released from a tower helped determine how long vortices lingered after an aircraft passed. Interestingly, wingtip vortices aren't just visible. Sometimes, you can also hear them as rustling and cracking sounds. The FAA, following these experiments, established minimum separation standards that consider the impact of wingtip vortices from a departing aircraft on the one that follows. Under wake turbulence separation rules, airplanes are classified as light, medium, or heavy based on their weight. An additional superclass was introduced temporarily for planes like the Airbus A380 and Antonov An-25. The Boeing 757, classified as medium, has specific wake turbulence separation criteria due to incidents where smaller aircraft lost control following it. During takeoffs, lower weight category planes must wait 2 minutes after a higher weight category plane before flying. If the following plane starts takeoff from a different location, the interval increases to 3 minutes. During landings, the weight category of both preceding and following planes determines the minimum separation distance. For example, if a light plane lands after a super, the minimum distance is 8 nautical miles, but if it lands after a medium plane, the distance is 4 nautical miles. These rules, affecting both time and distance, can significantly limit airport throughput, causing delays and traffic congestion. It's important to note that not all countries follow identical rules. Dubai, for instance, treats the Airbus A380 like any other heavy aircraft in most situations to maintain airport efficiency, deviating from U.S. regulations for safety reasons. Air traffic controllers bear legal responsibility for ensuring adequate time and distance separation between aircraft during takeoff or landing clearances. However, on busy days, they may resort to techniques like leading clearances or cheating, anticipating that the preceding aircraft will have enough separation before granting clearance to the following one. While this doesn't violate regulations, it accounts for factors like engine spooling, saving a few seconds that can accumulate throughout the day. To enhance airport efficiency, the FAA initiated a pilot project in 2012, testing revised criteria based on a 6-category system, considering not just aircraft weight, but also approach speed and wing configuration. Initially implemented in Memphis, Tennessee, this system led to a 15% increase in the airport's daily takeoffs and landings due to reduced minimum separations. Currently, more than a dozen U.S. airports have adopted this new system. For those already anxious about flying, the following information might be unsettling. Can wake turbulence flip airplanes mid-flight? In March 2017, a Challenger 604 experienced a severe incident while flying. An Airbus A380 was traveling 1,000 feet above the Challenger, but in the opposite direction, approximately 48 seconds after their paths crossed, and at a distance of 15 nautical miles from the A380. The Challenger encountered severe wake turbulence. This caused the aircraft to roll 3 to 5 times and flame out both engines. The Challenger lost 10,000 feet in altitude before the crew regained control. Due to the extreme G-forces and damage, the aircraft was deemed irreparable. This incident sparked global concerns about the wake effects of the Airbus A380, underscoring the vulnerability of smaller aircraft. Returning to aircraft carriers, there's a key distinction in the context of wake turbulence. While the width of a carrier's flight deck matches that of an airport runway, the launched airplanes from carriers are much smaller. These carrier-launched aircraft are also generally of similar sizes, minimizing the impact of wake turbulence. Furthermore, carriers move into the wind, reducing the effect of wake turbulence. Notably, jet aircraft taking off from carriers execute a clearing turn, allowing for nearly simultaneous launches of 2 aircraft. In contrast, if an aircraft climbs straight ahead, a minimum interval of 30 seconds between launches is required. The lesson here: the bigger you are, the harder the impact. As we wrap up this journey into the world of wake turbulence and aircraft safety, make sure to subscribe to Superstructures for more fascinating insights into the engineering marvels that shape our world. Join our community and stay tuned for more incredible stories. Until next time, fly safe.